MMA fighting here at UFC 235 Media Day, speaking with Jon Bones Jones, the UFC light heavyweight champion who takes on Anthony Smith in the main event. And Jon, I got to ask you right off the top, you have your belt right there behind you. It is the old school belt. You have the new one right here to your left. Which one do you like better?
I think I like the new one a little better, only because people tend to want what they don't have, and I don't have that, and I really want it badly.
They have little notches on the new one now for title defenses. They're going to change it for each title defenses.
No way! I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to get one of those, get my hands on that on Saturday. I can't wait to just have it at my house and give it some love and let my kids hold it and let my teammates take pictures with it and everything. I'm really excited.
Well, Jon, you just had your first face-off of Fight Week with Anthony Smith. What did you see there?
I saw his lip trembling a little bit. I'm not sure if he can. Maybe he's really nervous, and he actually talks a really good game, but his lip was quivering. I'm not saying he's scared. It just shows me that emotionally he is like, he's a guy where this fight means everything to him. That's a dangerous place to be in. When a fight means too much to you, it's just a dangerous place to be in, man.
Well, it's crazy, man, because I feel like we just saw you in December, and now you're all the way back. Is this what you've been waiting for the entire time? Like, how good does this feel to finally just be back in action, back in the mix, and be able to keep a consistent schedule like this?
It feels really great to be back and active. I'm just really excited for my fans, mainly, dude. Like, my fans had to put their jerseys away for a little while, For a little while, I wasn't making it easy to be a Bones Jones fan, and my goal now is to have them Jon Jones shirts out again and fresh ironed and just people proud to wear them, and people saying, you know what, I had to put the shirt down for a minute, but I kept it for a reason. You know what I mean? I told you my guy would be back. That's what it's about, man. Just making my fans super proud again.
I saw you post a photo earlier this week. I think it was at the UFC PI, where you were with your old friend Rashad Evans. I was just curious, how did that come to be, and what is the relationship like for you guys at this point? Is it a positive relationship?
It's extremely positive, yeah. At the end of the day, we were bros, and then we ran into the same goal, and then what happened, and now I think we're back to being bros. Will we ever be the same? Probably not, but neither one of us forget the old days. Him and my mom were friends when my mom was still alive. Back around the time when me and Rashad were getting able to fight, he was telling the story how he would start kind of ignoring my parents a little bit, because they were kind of representing me, who I was the enemy at the time. And my mom grabbed him by his arm and said, "Rashad, you better get over here." You know what I mean? You better get over. Don't act like you don't know me. He told me that story the other night, and it just brought back, just who we are really at the end of the day. And that's two guys who are bros, who we share the same beliefs, religiously. And I think we'll always be cool at the end of the day.
I want to ask you about Anthony. You fought a lot of different challenges, a lot of different type of opponents throughout your reign. Is he anything different? Anything you haven't seen before?
No, he's not. He's not. I've fought heavy hitters before. I've fought guys who are kind of wild brawlers who come running forward. And there's nothing different. I've fought many black belts on the ground. Vitor Belfort being one of the best. Guy almost armbarred me. There's nothing he does that I have not seen. I will admit he's different. I'm not trying to downplay him by any means, but dude, when you learn how to become a 23-year-old world champ and stay undefeated for 10 years, your mental space is, I don't think it's like most.
I saw your coach, Brandon Gibson, post a quote earlier this week, and it struck me, and I don't want to get it wrong. It was, "You can't count on the home runs of yesterday." I wonder for you, is that a philosophy that you guys have sort of had throughout this camp? Going into a fight where you're as high as a 14-1 favorite in some sports books, is that something you have to keep in your mind, that whatever happened yesterday doesn't matter, this is still something new?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to always back up who you are every fight you go out there, and that's why we're taking this fight seriously. I feel like the common fan would, if they were in this position, looking from the outside, they're like, "Oh, well, if I was Jon Jones, I would have nothing to worry about. It's only Anthony Smith." But being who I am, knowing that punches hurt, and submissions can hurt, I can't do what people expect me to do and just think, "Oh, this is gonna be easy." I gotta find a little bit of worry in my heart. I gotta And that's what keeps me sharp. 'Cause, all day today I've been watching whatever I can find on him, and that's what makes me who I am. That's why I win.
Just on a competitor level, when you see a guy like Anthony, who his story is unusual for this point, right? He's underdog, journeyman, and then he kind of discovers himself late in his career, and now all of a sudden he's fighting an all-time great. Just on a competitor level, I mean, do you respect what this guy has gone through?
Yeah, yeah. I honestly don't think. I think it's bullshit that he's such an underdog. I mean, if anything, I should be the underdog. This guy has fought 70 times. He had 30 amateur fights, and he's had 40 professional fights. That's 70 fights to my 25. So I don't, everybody else is like, oh, this is gonna be a cakewalk, but dude, I'm preparing for him to be an absolute, beast in there. Mentally, I'm ready for a dogfight. I'm ready for Gustafson Jones 1. Mentally, that's what I'm preparing for. Will that happen? I don't know. I actually doubt it. But that's what I've prepared for. Mentally, that's what I'm already ready for to happen.
Well, hey, man, my final two questions for you. I know you're someone who enjoys challenges, different types of challenges, and staying active, especially this year. I would imagine you want to stay very active. When you see all these young guys coming up in this division, the Johnny Walkers, the Thiago Santos, even Anthony Smith, does that excite you? You have a whole new slate of challengers ahead of you.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna really. I think I've been able to end a lot of people's careers. I've been able to finish a lot of our legends. But I think to myself and to a lot of the fans, people are going to say, well, how does he do against these young bucks? How is he going to do against these 25-year-olds and these guys that are his age, these guys that are middleweights that are moving up? That's the big question. And answering that question with victory will be a huge part of my greatness.
Well, my final question, and it is about that greatness. You have spoken often about wanting to, by the time you are done, be unquestionably the greatest fighter of all time. Do you see a roadmap? What is the roadmap for you? What do you need to do to cement that legacy?
What I got to do is just, man, honestly, I feel like if I fight 4 times this year, win all 4 of those fights, I don't think you can argue it.
Yeah.
I think the question, I think it'd be just over. The argument would be just over.
So you think by the end of 2019 you can put that argument to bed?
I think so, man, because I think where I'm at right now, it's hard to debate, Just resume-wise, I just don't think anyone's been able to fight the level of competition that I fought. And that's not these guys' fault. Demetrius Johnson, for example, it's not his fault. He doesn't have legends in his division. But I did have legends in my division, and I've beaten them all at a very young age at that. And continue to do it 10 years into it. So I know who I am. I just
Yeah. Well, hey, that says enough. Thank you for your time today, Jon. Good luck this weekend. It's good to have you back, brother.
My man.